everyone, so this is going to be a pick a card reading on how your person feels about you. So we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Hi, pile number 1. Alright, let's see what we have here. We have Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. So I feel a disconnect with you and your person. So it's really in the fantasy realm of how they're feeling for you currently. There's like a frustrating energy of not being able to physically connect with you, but there's something about it that's really helping them see things in a different perspective. It's as if their passions are kind of spiritually guiding them to see a deeper significance to the connection that they have with you. It kind of feels like So I'm getting a dual message from the 8 of Water right here. So I feel a deep sense of sadness when it comes to this. Either you chose to move on or they walked away from this, and it feels like they feel really, really bad. They feel really lonely without you. They feel regretful about the way that things turned out, or I'm hearing a miscommunication. So maybe they weren't transparent with what they wanted, or their desires have since changed. It feels like the more that they feel compelled to like fantasize about you, the more it's connecting them to their feelings and rewiring or restructuring the way that they see relationships and the way that they see other people, like romantic partnerships or like sexual partnerships. It's changing the way that they view that, and it makes them feel even more, they can feel the distance between you guys even more with your absence. And so it feels like they're also walking away from these past behaviors that were more of like the physical aspects of things. You know, it's not really delving into the emotional connection that they can have with another person, and it feels like they were suppressing these feelings when it comes to you. And it's like they wanted to connect to you on a deeper level, but it's kind of like that energy that they had towards you, that attraction they had towards you when you were in connection with each other was distracting them, or it was like an excuse for them in some ways to not really delve into their inner emotions, their inner thoughts. So they're kind of using it as a shield for them to not really investigate how they were really feeling inside, like what they truly desired with you. It was kind of a easy way out. We have the 10 of Fire, and we have the Moon. So it feels a lot like it's overwhelming fantasies. It's overwhelming dreams and desires. It's like they're kind of letting their dreams or their fantasies overtake or override their thoughts. And so they're kind of, it feels like they're losing control as far as like, or they're not wanting to gain control. You know, it's like, I can't help thinking about this person. I can't help, like, it's like evolving, right? Like their fantasies first started out as just purely passionate, and then it evolved into something deeper, and then it evolved into thinking about a family, or you know, what it would be like to be with you long term, or what it would be like to be with your family and to meet their friends and to stay together, you know, in some sort of long committed relationship, you know. And then they see videos or whatever of other people who are in happy relationships, and they're thinking, what would that be like for us? What would that dynamic be like? And so it feels like they have this loyalty, like a loyalty in them mentally, but they're still trying to, it feels like they're trying to cross some sort of path into freedom. It's like there's a part of them that feels restrained, or like they're like right in the middle of change. They're right in the middle of this drastic change in their real life, not just mentally. It's like they have to make some sort of drastic change, and it's very, like, you have to have a lot of concentration and skill to navigate this, is how it feels. Like they have to really pay attention to what they're doing in order to progress and kind of free up their energy or free up their time so that they can actually pursue you. It could be financial constraints, but it feels a lot like, honestly, it feels like everything. It feels like a little bit of everything, whether they have to declutter their life or declutter their mind or the people around them, or, you know, move somewhere. Like, it's a little elements of a little bit of everything that have to be adjusted. And that also includes reconnecting with you and letting you know that they recognize that there's something deeper here. It's a deeper feeling, a deeper connection. It's this falling in love. It's this resurgence in them of, you know, this is actually what love looks like to me. You know, that there's, it's like, the way that I'm seeing it is like climbing the mountain. It seems so easy at first, and anyone can kind of walk around the bottom of the mountain, right? And the way that that's kind of paralleling to me of what they're feeling is like, you know, these shallow emotions or these shallow interactions, it didn't make you feel special. It didn't make you feel recognized. It didn't make you feel seen. And, you know, the more that I persisted to climb this mountain, by leaving you behind, it's like they brought you with them mentally, but they had to do it alone, kind of thing. So the way that you are seen is like you're just one of many that are at the base of the mountain, and yet I don't know how to describe it. I hope you're understanding kind of what I'm saying, but I'm saying so many different things at once. It's like they're doing this for you. Like they're changing internally for you. They've moved on for you, but didn't really realize that because they weren't in touch with their emotions. And because it's like that trek, you know, that internal journey that people have, and like, you know, even again going back to like literally climbing a mountain, it's a very precise thing. It's a very dangerous thing. And even though you do it in groups, a lot of it has to do with your mental fortitude and strength. And so there's a lot that they had to kind of endure in order to do that and still have that compassionate and loyal tie to you to feel motivated to continue to climb the mountain so that they can come back safely, right? It's kind of this feeling of that. And it even says here, like, a spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. And so, like, they're kind of feeling, like, when they fantasize about you, it's like they can connect to you, they can feel you. Or if you're fantasizing about them, it's like they can feel that. And they're like, what is this? What is this connection? Is this real? Like, what does this mean? Why do I feel them? And so they recognize, like, that this is going to be a challenging experience for them to kind of evolve in their life and mature, or at least, like, even if they're not immature, it's like the maturation of their experiences or perception or the life that's around them, right? It's like gaining more stability and grace in the way that they're growing and perceiving this connection with you, that they're up to the task. They're happy about it. They're content about it. They're excited about it. They're curious about it. But they do recognize the challenges that this poses for them and for you, and just in general, of how they have to have strength. They have to have inner strength. They have to make sure that they choose peace. That's what I'm saying. It's like they have to choose peace in order to be with you, or in order to resurrect this relationship with you. Like, they have to be peaceful in their approach. They can't be aggressive in their approach. They have to be tactful in the way that they talk to you and the way that they come towards you. And renewal, it's all about wanting to start something new. And the way that I'm seeing it is the lotus flower, and how that's like an increase in intuition and connection with spirit and connection with you and everything that you represent to them. And also it's showing filtering the water, like the lotus roots are filtering the water. So in order to like bloom so gorgeously, they have to use those nutrients, the mud, the dirt, the whatever, everything in there to grow. And then from that, it gives the power to filter the water. And so renewing something with you means that they have to have already bloomed and have already filtered that water, so that it's something that's sustainable for the two of you. And they're seeing where they're taking responsibility for their actions. They're taking responsibility. It feels like an apology, like they want to apologize for the way they treated you or they talked to you. Or it feels like also like they didn't defend you. Like maybe something happened where they could have stepped up, or they could have just said something or done something differently that would have kind of made you feel protected, or made you feel more at ease, or like they had your back, and they failed to do that. They neglected you to do that. They're seeing where they took part in that, and they're taking personal responsibility and accountability for that. And they're aware that they have to talk to you about this and bring this up and acknowledge it. But they do feel bad about it. They do feel sorry about it. Ultimately, they feel hopeful is what I'm getting. They feel hopeful because they really believe. They believe in this connection. Like, they believe that how they feel, it's like, I can hope for the best that you feel the same way I do. I can work towards that, and I'm just hearing it's like the person that I'm becoming, and like understanding who I am. How could this not mean something deeper? It almost feels like it would take them by surprise if this wasn't what they think that it is. Like this long-term relationship, this deep relationship, this deep connection, that you didn't feel this as well, that you weren't going through similar things that they are. And it just feels like there's a lot of, the way that I'm saying is like darkness, like there's a lot of darkness that they, like you both had to tackle in order to be together. It's like, whether this is just internal challenges, negative influences around you. It's like, how can we both be committed to improving ourselves and this not mean something? Like, you motivated me, you're my muse, or like, not really even a muse, like it's I mean, it is, but it just feels so much deeper than that. It's like, you're my motivator. Like, it's just beyond inspiration. It's like, you, like, I'm just committed to you. You're a part of me. I'm hearing like you belong to me, but it's not in a possessive way. It's like, it's like when we're separated, it's like you have to overcome your own obstacles, and I have to overcome my own obstacles. It's not a shared experience of us going through difficulties against each other, or, you know, it's like, you know, when you have relationships that are tumultuous, it's like, we're not doing that to each other anymore or at all. It's like, we cut that off. And so our inner sanctuary is each other, is this mental connection that we have with each other. And like, when things get to be more stable, then we can build together. Then we can have that common ground in the physical life of working towards something together. It's like, the challenges we take on together, not against each other. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing here. Is there anything else? 10 of Earth. A very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things of life. And that's what they dream of with you. That's what they feel. That they want with you, that they dream of with you, that they're in some ways manifesting. This is what they feel you deserve, and they deserve, and that you both can provide for one another. So that's what I see for you guys. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. So how is your person feeling? Take charge with authority. This is what they want to do. They want to take charge of the situation. They want to be authoritative and strong in this, but it feels like this is in the making. It's like they're waiting to do this. They're because it's insecurity. They're shy. They're nervous. There's this feeling of embarrassment, like maybe they're afraid that you're going to reject them, or they're afraid that maybe you won't like the person that they become, or there's just like insecurities, like maybe they're insecure about their body, or they're insecure about their financial, or their living situation. It feels like that, like there's something about them that they feel insecure about. It could even just be like it kind of feels just like providing for you, like, am I going to be enough in some whatever way that they feel, you know, they might be lacking. And so they're making long-term goals. It's like, okay, this is what I want, but I need to be realistic in how long it's going to take. But it feels more like it's a cop-out, honestly, because it doesn't feel like you would reject them. It feels like you like them just exactly how they are. I think you are realistic in the sense that you're like, okay, well, there are some things that could be a little bit better or more ideal in this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they need, like, I can be patient with them, and I can overlook these things temporarily, or like, You know, it's just not a big deal. Like, what's more important to me is just being communicative, or like getting this going, right? Like, let's get some sort of change here, because it feels like you're ready, like you feel like you're ready, and you're just kind of waiting for them. Like, here I am, like, let's get it going. And they're like, well, you know, making all of these different excuses, which again could be legitimate for them, but ultimately it's because they're trying to buy more time until they can gain their confidence. It also feels like they're kind of being slow in their adjustments too. So it's like, let's say that they, I don't know, they want to look a certain way, right? It's like, well, I think it would be a lot better if I was like what I feel their ideal attractive partner would be. And so they're not putting 100% effort into making those adjustments, when that is what they're making as an excuse in their mind as to why they're not coming forward, or why they're not taking the kind of next step or action with you. Well, it's like, they could easily, if that's the only thing that's stopping them, they could put all their efforts into that, and yet they're not, because it feels like there's something more, which we'll see here. So yeah, it's because they're kind of, they're pretending there is no problem. It's this fear, I feel, of the unknown. It feels like a fear of the unknown. Like, well, it's kind of intimidating. It's kind of how I feel. Like, you intimidate them, and the prospect of whatever future they could have with you, or just like in general, is something that intimidates them. It feels like this person really tries to stay in the now. They don't want to stick themselves too far into their future, like project themselves too far into the future, because I don't know, it just seems like it's scary to them, or like unsure, like it's, or like not guaranteed. It's like the future is not guaranteed, so why am I going to keep thinking that far ahead? But it feels more of like fear, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're not being stubborn, I don't feel. I mean, it might be perceived as stubborn, but they're not doing it in a hard-headed way, or like an arrogant way. It's just, if they feel very delicate, they feel very sweet and sincere. Like, it comes from a sincere place of why they are the way they are and why they aren't doing that. They feel very, very sincere and kind and sweet and generous, and gentle. They feel like a really gentle person, and maybe they just like spook very easily because it does feel like they're intimidated by you. It feels very intimidating to think that it feels like someone like you would be interested in them, someone like you is like focusing their gaze on them. It feels like you're really watching them, and they can feel that. Like, it feels like they're the hunted and not the hunter, and they want to make it a little bit more even playing ground. Like, they want to feel more prepared and in control. And I think that's part of them not wanting to project themselves too far into the future too, is because it makes them feel a little out of control. They feel very innocent. Like, their energy feels very, very innocent. And if you have a question of whether you can trust this person or not, there is this coming through that you can trust them. Like, you can trust their intentions. You can trust that they care about you. It feels like it's either you or them. It kind of feels like, I don't know, it just feels like you have a really strong personality, and it's like, I want this person, only this person. And they fully see that, and it's really intimidating to them. and maybe you have a question of like if they're dating other people or seeing other people, or how, like, are people flirting with them or something, and how they feel about it, something like that. But what I'm seeing is there are people that are interested in your person. It feels like a lot of people, are just like at least 3 people, and your person isn't interested, not in the same way that they're interested in you. Like, I don't know, it feels like they're, okay, so what I'm getting is like, there's this feeling that potentially your energy or you have come on too strong for them. So if they have gone elsewhere, it's because they're trying to get control over their situation. Like, they want to feel like they're in control. So they're going after what they perceive as being available or easy. So that would be why. If you're questioning why or who or whatever, they're going after what makes them feel safe. Because for you, they feel like you're so, like, I'm just getting like you're intense, and this isn't in a bad way. This is a very good thing. It's good to feel this way and challenged by someone like this, but it's their insecurities. And so if we go back, like they're putting this off because of like coming after you because they're so intimidated. It's like, there's that movie, I've never seen it, it's like Grocery Store or something. Or it's about, I think it's Jessica Simpson, and I have no idea because I haven't seen it, but maybe she goes into this grocery store and there's some like goofy looking kid, and he is a cashier, and she's like so into him, and he's like, what the heck? I don't know. So but it's kind of like that. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're just this bombshell, or like this Mr. Handsome, I don't know, and they feel like, whoa, this is never gonna work. You are completely different from me. We live in 2 different worlds. What are you doing? I need to be a different person. Like, it's like if you're this bombshell, it's like, well, then I need to figure out how to surf or something, or get a tan before, and like muscles and whatever until they will actually like take me seriously. You know, it's like what they think that your type would be, even if they're your type currently, kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they're scared. They're so scared. They're where they're at currently. I'm sorry, because this is probably not something that maybe it's like kind of good and bad to hear, because it's like, oh, that's kind of cute to know that they feel so strongly and they're so intimidated. Like, that's kind of cute, but also frustrating, because obviously you really care about them, and I'm sure you don't intend to come on too strong. It's just who you are. They're just intimidated by you. But it does feel like they have this, they're going to, in this moment that you're watching this, continue this perception of being trapped. That's where they have to be right now, and that's where they are right now, until they gain the inner confidence that they need. 'Cause it feels like they don't know what to do. They feel like you could just eat them alive. And they're really scared about that. Again, it feels like they're going after things, or have gone, or will go after things that are a lot more easy in their head and available in their head, because they don't feel deserving of you. And so what I see here is you're not doing anything wrong. I probably should have said this before anyone might have clicked off earlier because they didn't want to hear it. But maybe it was supposed to happen for a reason. But you're not doing anything wrong. You're being yourself, and that's very beautiful. And whether this person reciprocates it or not, eventually, you have every right, and you deserve to be who you are. And for someone to not make excuses that it's not, like it's too much. You're not being too much, okay? It's their own insecurities that are causing them to go hide in their shell like a little turtle. So eventually turtles will realize that it's safe and that they can come out, and you just have to continue to be yourself. You know, focus on whatever it is that makes you happy, and they're either going to come to their senses or but it does feel like they're going to perpetuate this a little bit longer, because they just don't feel like they deserve you. That's really what it comes down to. You know, if you think about those examples, those movie examples, the archetypes of that, or like the cliches of it, of like the guy who sees this person or this girl or whatever, like this person doesn't feel worthy of this other person. That's really what it comes down to. They don't feel worthy, and if they don't feel worthy, then it's not going to work out. They're not going to be able to show up authentically, right? And I think that's probably another aspect about you that is so beautiful yet intimidating to them, is that you are confident in who you are, right? Like you seem like you know what you want, who you want, and the way that you show up in the world is like this bright beam of sunshine, and they are not used to that. They're not used to that. So we have release. This is the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs, fair and just decisions. And so this kind of goes in one of two ways. Like basically what your spirit guardians are saying is to follow your inner guidance on this. Like think about it and ultimately continue to be yourself, right? Like do not try and it doesn't feel like you will, but this is just like adding on, like confirming for you to not do this, or to even think about this, or like it's a good job that you're not going to do this, of dimming yourself or your personality in order for them to feel comfortable. You have to continue to show up authentically, because that's the kind of relationship and the kind of dynamic and the kind of person that deserves you, right? It's not saying that they're undeserving of you, but if they're making themselves that way, or they're seeing things as unbalanced and unequal, then it will perpetuate as unbalanced and unequal until they can rise to the occasion of you, the occasion that is you. And they're just going to propel like this negative self-talk or fear-based thoughts are going to continue that if they don't heal that in themselves. And so if you feel like you need to take a step back and focus your energies on something else or somewhere else, then by all means do that. Just do whatever feels right for you, and what's fair for you, because it feels like ultimately you're gonna be great. Like it feels really good for you. Like it just feels really, really good. Because I'm just seeing this emphasis, and I was showing here, where there's like your spirit guardian, like there's someone really close to you spiritually that is connecting with you and guiding you very strongly on your path. It just feels like you're onto some really great things in life. And so they're saying like, we're guiding you, we're directing you. So just continue to follow your inner guidance because you're hearing us accurately, and you will see where this leads. Like, do not be afraid. Do not second guess. Do not worry. Like, you are on the right path. And so it's kind of like in fate's hands, this situation. Whatever happens next kind of thing. It's like, don't worry about trying to control the situation, or like, don't add your thoughts into it of like, you know, negative thoughts that like your person's having of like, what do I do? What can I do? What changes? You know, you get what I'm saying. Just go with the flow. You got it. Your person's just in a phase right now where they don't think that they deserve a person like you. And so this is just confirmation, a very happy family life. It's the 10 of Earth, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. So again, confirmation over and over and over again. 9 of Earth, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment, abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time, making long-term plans, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. There's definitely going to be some sort of change in this situation, in this dynamic, whether this person starts taking some serious action towards you, if you decide that enough is enough and you go and, you know, busy your time elsewhere, and then this person comes chasing after you because they kind of, that's the motivation that they needed, like you to just turn your gaze, and they're like, hold on, no. Okay, I'm ready to step up. Don't leave, that kind of thing. Or, you know, maybe you just, someone, your guardian angels bring someone special into your life that is meant to be there. Or so we have Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. It's important to be yourself, please. So I think divine timing is important here, and divine intervention is coming through here. And again, defend your beliefs, defend who you are, stay true to you, and this is just confirmation. Everything's gonna work out very, very beautifully for you. There's gonna be an end to the way that this dynamic is, okay? There is going to be a change in the way that this is. It's not gonna stay like this forever. But what that is, I'm actually not being privy to that. It just seems like divine intervention is what they're telling me. It's like your guardian angels are going to come through and shake things up for both of you. All right? Bye, guys. Hey, pal number 3. Let's see how your person is currently feeling for you. I just had this feeling of like rushing water, kind of like being pulled under the current of the water. Enjoy, success, and happiness, Sun. So it's like being carried away with happiness. Like they just feel it's that feeling when you're so happy and so present in the moment that you feel at peace. it's this feeling that it's like when I connect with you, everything around me seems to come to a standstill. Everything seems to cease to not just exist, but it's like all the problems or worries or concerns seem so petty and so achievable. It's like insolvable. Like I can solve all those problems. It's not important. It's like their head in the clouds. Just happy. And it feels like they're so grateful for you and so thankful for you and something that you said to them. It feels like I just got an image of marshmallows. And so I love marshmallows. And so it's kind of like what that represents to me is just excitement. Like it's like unexpected excitement for me every time I see marshmallows. Like sometimes I put in my coffee, and then it just like excites me because I don't know, it's something very exciting and unusual. Like just the marshmallow itself is like unusual and just enjoyable and like not too sweet. And I just feel like that's how they feel about you, or like that's how they see you, is like this, like how I feel about a marshmallow. Just like I didn't expect to be excited every single time. And like the possibilities that you could do with a marshmallow, like put sprinkles on them, or maybe like you're just like so sweet to them. You know, like you're just the cherry on top of their life. I don't know, there's something about you that I just see the way that they perceive you as being like this playful energy in their life, or just like interesting and curious and fascinating and unexpected. That's what I feel is like you're just that unexpected gift in a life. It's like that present. It's like going through life and never celebrating a birthday, never celebrating a holiday, and then suddenly someone giving you a gift and being like, whoa, this is actually really nice. I didn't expect this, that kind of thing. So we have the 5 of air, the 8 of fire, 8 of water. Let's just pull these all out. So it feels like either it feels like a huddle, okay? Like these, it feels like a huddle that they're having where they're either like prep talking themselves, or pep talking with their friends, or again, it's like a reflection on like how they were with you, like a friendship that they have with you that they really value. It just feels like team building, like they want to build with you together, and they're just seeing how well you guys can work together. And it feels like us against the world. That's what it feels like. It's like we could have that, or we are that. It's like us against against anything, you know. It's this feeling of fate, this feeling of destiny, this feeling of being on the right path. Like they feel really optimistic about you. Because again, it's something that you said, okay? Whether, I'm like, okay, whether you prophesized something for them intentionally, like you're like, you're going to be this, you're going to do that. Because this is what I see with the Chariot, is like they achieved something and you told them this. It's like you were like, you're gonna get this reward or this job, or you're gonna have this, and maybe they didn't really, like, they were still going through it, so it was not really guaranteed, but the fact that they did it, they just feel so confident, they feel so good, or like you guys are working towards something together, like they feel like you're with them in this. It's like you believed in me. It just feels like the best friend that they've ever had. It's like, you know, when you say, like, you believed in me, but when no one else did, or before anyone did, or you saw something in me that other people may not have really seen, or maybe like pushed me to be greater, like stuff like that. They just feel so good. And it feels like there's something that happened that deeply connected them to their emotions that have nothing to do with you. So this is like a two-part, right? So it's like you prophesied something for them, or you saw something in them, or believed in them in a way that came true in a positive way. And then it feels like this life event that had happened, it feels like it's deeply connected to who they identify themselves as in their core. Like if they had like some sort of near-death experience, or someone close to them has passed away, or like just a significant loss that they really identified with. This could also be like the passing of a previous identity that they have, right? Like they could be evolving into someone that they don't recognize anymore. And because of that has also increased their awareness and confidence in what this is that they share with you. It feels very solid. It's like they're so sure about you in a way that they have no doubts about it. They have no doubts about it. It's like, if anything, this is what's real. It's like, this is the only thing that's real. Like this feeling, this compassion, this love, this connection, this relationship, this is what's real. Everything else doesn't matter. Everything else is petty. Everything else is kind of like mutable, like changeable. But this that we share, it does not change, because it just is, right? And I feel like that peace that I feel, that compassion that I feel, that overwhelm that I feel, that kind of like being swept up in the tide, you know, it's like really being sucked into the current. That's what I feel, is like just into the current. And it's like not panic. It's like peaceful. It's peaceful. I think they're fully aware that this is true love. I'm noticing this with like the recovering from addiction. So this could be literal, or this could just be like the end of something that, again, like being so caught up in just stresses, like the stress in the world, stress in the environment, or like, you know, it's kind of like getting carried away with other people's problems, or like life's problems, and then realizing that the only thing that's real, the only thing that really matters is love. And it's stemming from their feelings for you, and that understanding with you, that it's like, well, everything else can be adjusted, everything else can be solved, and it doesn't matter. Like, none of that matters. are getting help with this. Okay, like I said with the huddle, like something is helping them here. But it honestly feels like it's all positive for you. So whether they're talking to other people and they're encouraging them, like, yes, you're doing the right thing with this person, like, you do care about this person, like, they're getting really good advice and sound advice as far as, like, verifying how they feel. It's like, yes, that is what love is supposed to feel like, or like, that sounds like real love to me. That sounds like you have feelings for this person that are more than you've ever felt for anyone else. From what we know of you, like, this is something very different. This person's very special to you. And then there's also that connection with you. Like, it's like they really trust your opinion. They trust your word. They just believe in you also. Like, they believe in your abilities, or like what you want to accomplish, and they want to be there for you to kind of be that rock for you, that stable person or that stable energy, so that you can achieve the things that you want. With this, it feels like they want to protect you. They want to be the protector and provider for you, whether this is physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things, because they really want you to feel like you can overcome your battles as well. It's like, I am doing the work, the heavy lifting on my end for recovering from my battles and recovering from my issues, or addictions, or whatever it is that has held me back. And my love for you, like, that's all there is, you know. And I want to be that stable figure for you, so that you, if you have any issues in life, or you have any problems, you have anything that's holding you back, you will overcome that, and you will feel the same way that I feel now, like, and even better. And you will feel safe in, like, it just feels like bliss, like a marital bliss, like that honeymoon phase, like all of those feelings. But they're saying, like, I want you to feel that forever. Like, I want you to feel that when you achieve your goals, or you work towards your goals, and when you're with me, like, I just want you to be not just happy, but blissfully happy. I want to be like your teammate. I want to be the person, like I want to be equal with you. So it's like that give and take of, like, you protect me and provide for me in ways that are suitable for you, like, that are in your energy, whether you're the masculine or feminine energy. And then I want to be in my masculine or feminine energy, you know, the predominant ones, and be that provider and protector, right? Like, I want this to be balanced. Yeah. They're ready, like, they not just are ready, but it feels like they have taken their mask off, or they're going to take their mask off, or something in their life has unmasked them, and they are no longer feeling weighed down and trapped by their ego or by worldly, the heaviness of the world. They don't feel that anymore. They're moving through that. They're working through that. They are in control again, is what it feels like. It's like, I feel more balanced. I feel more in control. I feel more steady. I feel more ready. I feel like I'm capable. I feel like life is magical. It says you have the resources or ability to manifest them. You are ready. If they feel all of this, they feel like the time is now, in a way that it's never been, right? Like, it's not This time it's different. This time I just see things so clearly now. We have 10 of fire. Yeah. And they're so grateful. That's the biggest thing, is that they're so grateful that they did accept help. It's like they accepted help from others, in the sense that they either like accepted how they feel about you, or they are accepting of these people's advice or encouragement about how they really feel about you. And I'm just looking at these right here. It just feels like what I'm hearing is like, I get it now. I get it now. It's like, I know what this means. I know what, like, it's like they just have a handle on everything. It just feels so peaceful. It's like they just understand love. And they understand, it just feels like they understand the meaning, their purpose in life. And their purpose in meeting you. And it feels like I'm seeing the image in both of these, where they're above the cityscape. It's like a higher perspective, but also feeling like I can see the interconnectedness. It's like seeing all the way that the lights are in the city, and understanding that it's all powered from different facilities, and identifying the facilities. That's how I'm seeing it. Being like, okay, so that's where the power is being generated. And these are the different districts it's responsible for. And then from beyond that, it's like really seeing everything clearly in a way that they've never seen before. And that's giving them a lot of control over how they want to move forward in their life and with this. Like, they feel really, really good. So that's what I see. All right. Bye, guys.